It was the summer of 1850, and California was the talk of the known world, a land of newly discovered gold. Like the legends of old that drew men to El Dorado, a flood of hopefuls, driven by dreams of instant wealth, poured west. Among this teeming crowd was Zebulon Carter, a young man of just 22. Leaving behind the cold, stone-strewn fields of New Hampshire, his mind was fixed on an audacious dream: to strike it rich in the gold rush, establish a new life in San Francisco, and return to claim his childhood sweetheart, Mary. Zebulon carried little but the essentials: a sturdy pickaxe, a panning sieve, his father's old Bible, and his only true companion, William. William was a decade older, a powerful former trapper, and the only experienced member of their two-man party. Whether he was truly after gold or simply craving the wilderness, William was Zebulon's anchor, a mentor who understood the harshness of the trail and the unforgiving nature of the land.
Their journey began in New York, aboard a crowded steamer bound for the route crossing Panama. The ship was packed with passengers, each with the same feverish glint in their eyes, the seductive promise of gold. When they finally navigated the ocean waves and stepped onto the docks of San Francisco, Zebulon was met with a city that was chaotic yet vibrant. Life here revolved around saloons, gambling tables, and relentless toil. Every street corner reeked of money and burning ambition. From the dock worker to the well-dressed gentleman, the singular thought was, "What did I gain today?" On William's advice, they bypassed the city's immediate clamor and traveled about 150 miles eastward to Mormon Island, situated along the Sacramento River. The first few weeks were grueling. Zebulon would wield the pickaxe, breaking up the riverbed rocks and soil, while William worked his pan through the muddy silt of the current. Their daily haul was meager, just a few glittering specks of gold dust, barely enough to cover their food for a week. Despair was a persistent companion. The environment was brutal. Sickness, exhaustion, and the fear of robbery were ever present. William, however, remained calm, his eyes holding a detached respect for nature and a kind of philosophical resolve.
One day, with the river swollen and the diggings halted by a torrential rain, Zebulon was ready to quit. William simply told him to read the Bible. When Zebulon opened it, his eyes fell upon an old land survey his father had drawn for their New Hampshire property. His father used to joke, "The real Carter fortune is not buried in the ground, son, but in the depth of knowledge." The map offered no secret path to a gold vein, but it sparked a new idea in Zebulon's mind. He realized that the sheer number of miners meant the true opportunity was not in the earth, but in serving the human need. He saw that the gold was less valuable than the tools and provisions required to extract it. William readily agreed. He knew that in a crowded field, Zebulon's insight was revolutionary. Zebulon and William used their last few ounces of gold to buy lumber, canvas, and the necessary fittings to construct several large, specialized devices known as rocker boxes or cradles. The rocker box was a simple yet highly efficient machine that could filter much more gravel and sand than a hand pan and do it faster.
Zebulon stopped digging. Instead, he set up a small store near a less traveled, quieter section of the river. He shifted his focus to selling food, provisions, and, most crucially, the innovative rocker boxes to other miners. In the first month, Zebulon earned more gold than he had in the previous 6 months combined by digging. William stood by him, smiling. "You didn't stop looking for the real gold, Zebulon," he said. "You found the need of men and solved their problem. That is the real gold." By 1851, Zebulon's small supply shack had grown into a full-fledged outfitting house. He established contact with a merchant in New York, arranging for essential tools and supplies to be shipped through the port of San Francisco. His store now stocked not just rocker boxes, but shovels, foodstuffs, and every vital necessity for the isolated miners. Zebulon became more than wealthy. He became a respected fixture of the region. He had understood that the Californian dream was not just about the gold beneath the soil. It was about the American ingenuity and entrepreneurial spirit that fueled the movement. The gold rush was not simply a scramble for personal riches. It was the birth of a dynamic new society and the expansion of the American West. The following year, Zebulon wrote to Mary. He told her his story and asked her to join him to build their future together in this new, bustling country instead of their quiet New Hampshire town. He wrote, "Here, the dream is not just to find gold, but to use hard work and intelligence to forge your own destiny." Mary accepted, and in the autumn of 1852, she arrived in San Francisco. William stood as their witness when they married.
Zebulon Carter was not one of the thousands who arrived seeking instant fortune only to leave impoverished. He proved that the true strength of America was not in its mineral wealth, but in the national character, the audacity to take risks, the foresight to innovate, and the determination to seize opportunity. Together, they transformed that small river bend near Sacramento into a vital hub of Californian commerce, and their story became an enduring testament to the belief that the American West rewarded not just luck, but grit and enterprise. Zebulon Carter was not one of the thousands who arrived seeking instant fortune only to leave impoverished. He proved that the true strength of America was not in its mineral wealth, but in the national character, the audacity to take risks, the foresight to innovate, and the determination to seize opportunity. Together, they transformed that small river bend near Sacramento into a vital hub of Californian commerce, and their story became an enduring testament to the belief that the American West rewarded not just luck, but grit and enterprise.